I'm Lisa Schmit from In the Zone Agility, and today I'm going to talk to you about lateral distance. So my big distance tip is that lateral distance, meaning sideways away from your dog, will help get you forward distance. And I have an exercise for you to go out and try, and you can see what you can see and how lateral distance helps you drive your dog forward. I have 3 dogs lined up. You can use cones or whatever you want. I want you to stand at the bottom of the contact, or it can be a jump or a tunnel or a hoop or anything, it doesn't matter, but line something up. You can use cones, chairs, whatever. And I want you to stand like you're coming down the contact or you're coming out of the obstacle, and you can move your head but not your shoulders and your feet. So I'm standing here and I turn my head a little bit. I can see them in my peripheral vision, but if they were any farther back from where they're located, I couldn't see them. And I cannot see the first dog. I can't see him when I turn my head. I have to really turn my shoulders, turn my head to see Rev, the first dog. But if I just turn my head, I can see the middle dog. But if I turn my head a little bit, I definitely see the Merle tandem all the way at the end. I see him a whole lot better than I do the other 2, just by turning my head. So what happens is your dog comes down the contact. Jay's hot. Your dog comes down the contact, goes through obstacles, whatever, and you're behind them, and they can't see you. So they turn. They can turn their head a little bit, and if they can't see you, then they'll turn their body, they'll turn their head, they'll turn, and they'll come back at you and not keep driving forward because they can't see you. So the only thing they can do is see, they can hear your verbal cues and maybe hear your motion, because like I'm an elephant when I run, so I'm sure my dogs can hear my thump, thump, thump. But they can't see your body language. They don't really see your motion. And so if your dog is more lateral from you, then the dog can see you better and then continue driving. So even if they turn and look at you, like I can turn, I can see tandem, but if he was me and he started moving and driving forward, then I could see his motion, I could see him moving and driving, and then while I might head check, I will still continue driving forward because I see that he's moving forward, he's cueing me to drive forward. Okay, so do this test. Okay, Tan. Do this test, like I said, put cones out, and you can start putting cones out really close, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, from there, you still see the dog that's closest to the contact, but move them back farther. Okay, now put them on the ramp, 1, 2, 3, can you see them? And then put them back even farther, all the way back here. Because the farther you get behind, the harder it is for your dogs to see you. And that's, again, if on the contact, even if they stop, they want to look at you. But if this is a straight line of jumps, tunnel, whatever, they really can't see you when you are right next to them. And the more lateral distance you get, the easier it is to drive them forward. So even if I'm back here, dog comes down, stops on the contact, and I want to drive them forward. And even if they turn and look at me, I release, they turn and look at me, I still can push them forward. But if I'm here, dog comes off contact, like I have nowhere to go to push them because I'm going to run into the contact and they're going to probably come back at me. But the farther away you are laterally, even if they come at you, you still have room to push them back out. So ideally, they come down, they can see you in their peripheral vision, you have lateral distance, you release, you drive forward, and they drive forward without hesitation, without checking in, without looking at you. But if you have lateral distance, dog comes down, even if they check, they look, they turn their head, they look at you, they say, oh, I see you, I feel you, I can see you driving, they learn to drive forward. But like I said, if you get closer, when you're right here, really close to the contact, it's really hard to keep driving them forward. Okay, and you can say, well, my dog would say I'd run past it. Yeah. I'm just saying, I just want you to do this test and you can see the difference of your dog, what they can see when you are laterally away from them and how easier it is to drive them forward. So if your dog has a running contact, if your dog, my horses are running around. if this is a line of jumps, if it's a tunnel, if it's a, you know, tunnel, jump, tunnel. It's a lot easier for the dog to see you if you're lateral than it is if you are directly really close to the contact, the obstacles, whatever it may be that you're driving them forward. So, moral of the story is lateral distance will help get you forward distance, get your dog to drive forward because they can see you better, okay? So go out, like I said, go out, put some cones out in different locations and pretend you're the dog and see what they see. So do it on a contact, pretend your dog stays, but you know, you're doing your contact behavior, they stop if they stop, and do it. But also do it, put a line of jumps up, stand in front of the jump, and then do the test. And do a tunnel when they're coming out of the tunnel, stop at the exit of the tunnel and look and see. And you will see that the more lateral distance you have, the easier it is to see. So try it, test it out, and feel free to let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.